my name is Alex Zhang. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Prefound, an online thrift store marketplace that helps people shop and discover small vintage resellers and mom and pop thrift stores. So before I dive into the actual business and product of Prefound, I kind of want to give a little bit of a glimpse of what the actual thrifting industry looks like and how the clothing actually gets from the thrift store to your actual house. So this is what the clothing looks like from the thrift store perspective of Goodwill, Salvation Army, when it's donated in bulk. From there, it's typically sorted into large blue bins, typically based on color, that people then dig through for hours and find. Now, this brings up the biggest question. Who has the time to go through all this junk? Well, surprisingly, a pretty large amount of people actually enjoy this. These are vintage resellers that do this for a living. A lot of these are my friends. I did this my entire freshman year of college, going to Echo Park, Hollywood, finding clothing, selling it to kids on my floor, and making 3 times the profit. It was great. And I quickly realized that this is a pretty large market. Now, where do all of these small vintage resellers actually congregate? The answer is flea markets. You have Melrose Trading Post, you have the Roseville Flea Market, all of these physical locations where these resellers can meet up, interact directly with their customers, and get their product in front of people. However, with the huge need to actually make a digital footprint, a lot of these stores are moving towards online solutions. Etsy, eBay, Amazon, Tumblr, these are the usual suspects. But these solutions present a major problem. These websites aren't designed for clothing discovery, but rather specific search functionality. For instance, you go on Amazon because you know you want something specific, but with clothing, we all know it works differently. You browse, you shop, you fill time in class, and that's how you discover clothing. You don't really know exactly what you're looking for. The second biggest problem for these stores is the actual upload process is a real pain in the butt. Uploading an item is one item at a time, and that's taking the picture, downloading it to your computer, subscribing tags, sizing, all that stuff, and it's a real hassle. So our solution at Prefound is building an online marketplace that helps these shoppers discover and shop from these actual thrift stores and marketplaces by bringing them together onto one centralized platform. So our target demographic here is Sarah and Connor, your 19 to 29-year-old who goes to music festivals, cares about the way they look, and is willing to pay that premium to find one-of-a-kind clothing to look unique. Our business model is simple. We take a 3.5% cut on the transaction made between the buyer and the seller. That is a pretty small margin with an average order volume of around $25, and if we are to take that small percentage, we probably would be making around 88 cents per purchase. But our main goal right now is with the 3.5%, we're able to really convince thrift stores to give us a shot. In the past 12 hours, we've signed up 4 thrift stores, about 250 items each. The goal is with this percentage, they're more willing to give us a shot, and in the future, we're going to negotiate a higher transaction cut, and then hopefully offer in-house subscription offers to the buyer end. Our market is also very large. If you take the entire secondhand retail industry, and if we were to even capture like 0.01% of that, we'd be sitting around a $44 million ceiling. So there definitely is a market opportunity for this business. Our vendor acquisition strategy is also fairly straightforward. Since the current solutions of Etsy, Amazon, and eBay aren't satisfying these sellers, we're going straight to Etsy, going to the bottom of the list of people who aren't selling that well, and sending them in-application messages. Right now, our conversion rate is about 1 to every 4 responds, and it says, I'll give it a shot. The actual process of getting their products on our store is also easy. We built a script that literally web scrapes their entire inventory off of Etsy, pulls it onto our website with their permission, of course, and then immediately dumps it into a back-end dashboard that they can then manage, edit, change any pricing that they want. And once they hit the publish button, it goes live onto our website. So like I mentioned, we just finished our back-end last Sunday, and these past 2 days, we've been pretty much getting stores on board. And so far, it's looking pretty good. So we're populating around 800 items and hoping for around 1,000 before we can launch, probably in the next couple of weeks. So our go-to-market strategy is first community building. Last Sunday, we held a clothing swap near campus, and we had 160 students roll through and all bring their old wardrobe to swap it for other people's clothing. We didn't make any money off of it, which was the point of the event. It was just to sort of brand it and get our brand value out there to our potential demographic. The second part is using the stores as an actual word-of-mouth marketing. So if a vendor signs up for an account, they actually get a storefront page, which their items are then displayed. So naturally, they'll be pushing out their own product, which will drive them back to our site, which will get the word out about Prefound in general. Our third strategy is leveraging social media influencers and fashion bloggers and working with music festivals. So there's a lot of fashion bloggers out there, and we've already built up a pretty solid list of people who are interested. So if we send them free products, they review it on their Instagram accounts, they push it out to their following bases, and we have 100,000 tweens who are interested in that clothing who will come check out our website. And then also working with music festivals, so sort of aligning up with whenever they do fashion pushes. So we definitely do have competition. On a basic XY chart of variety and quality, you have Craigslist at the bottom left with pretty low variety and pretty low quality, and you have Prefound with high quality and high variety. Our closest competitor is ASOS Marketplace, which is a spin-off, or works in conjunction with the actual ASOS brand. But however, they are primarily based in the UK and only work with high-end designer boutiques, which means that one, my friends aren't willing to pay for the shipping, since it's around $50 for shipping, and two, they don't really support smaller grassroots mom and pop vendors. They're more looking at high-end designers, individual brands. We have three main unique advantages. So one, we have a curated thrift store selection. We don't let anyone host. So for instance, on Etsy, if you want to sell clothing, you can go sell clothing today. What that ends up doing is having a really spread out, messaging for their audience. But with our website, since we would specifically choose vendors that we want to work with, we're targeting a very specific audience. Our second unique advantage is our UX and is our user interface. We've designed something that helps clothing actually become discovered more frequently than all these other stores, which is the way our user shops on our website. And then our third is a faster, more quicker upload process for these stores. So right now, like I mentioned, the current process is taking a photo, putting it on your computer, uploading it through that way. But we built in our backend with using Instagram's API that would directly pull from Instagram if they hashtag certain keywords as they were uploading clothing. Because right now that is the most common way that these stores use to market their products. So we would just build it alongside their Instagram since they already use it. Our team right now is me, the co-founder and CEO, and James Lynch, one of my really good friends, and is my CTO. We're both students over at USC. He just graduated, I'm a sophomore, but we both met through Lava Lab, a student accelerator program I was running for the past year and a half. And we had an early stage investor, Ray, who helped start Coachella, who's sort of helping tee us up for marketing campaigns when we actually reach that level of scale. Next steps, we just moved into our office, aka my house. That's our living room for the summer. We're onboarding thrift stores right now. It's been about a week. And now we're looking for mentors, advisement, and if anyone sells clothing and would like to hop on our site, we'd be more than happy to help you sell more clothing. Thank you.